at least at certain level, I think we need to avoid some of the tools, and after certain level we can give certain briefing or certain kind of we can ensure certain protocol how to ensure the use of technology kind of these devices by the students. They have a very positive picture for AI. They are seeing as a kind of assisting tool which can be useful for their education and their kind of daily activities. AI is not only limited to education sector; it is across the society. It is my privilege to deliver and to have discussion with all the stakeholders of Rajgiri Media House. Just like internet, AI is also buzzword for the society, for the government, and for the individuals. Whatever medium, whatever field we are going, we are choosing, we are using, we are witnessing the rapid use of AI. We are experiencing use of AI at every moment. Even right now, when we are talking, we are using AI either way, either taking notes, or maybe kind of sensing the image zoom in and zoom out through this team platform. What I just want to uh, mention, in CPRG, we understand any kind of change usually comes through the society, and society is an integral part of the human, and human usually operates through society, and that's why we have developed one center, and this CPRG is a sorry, yeah. CPRG is a public policy think tank, and through CPRG we have established a one center named Future of Society. Under Future of Society, we usually try to understand the impact of technology on the society. Why we are trying to understand the impact of technology on the society? Because it is society which experience the development of the technology or any kind of development. These developments usually brings lot of changes, not only physical changes, but behavioral changes, cognitive changes. So through a future of society, we are trying to understand how technology is going to shape some aspects of society. And society is not alone. Society includes lot of institutions like family, institutions like educational institution, our uh, government institutions, the kind of structural institution, and lot of things. So in under future of society, we conduct study, do survey, how people are using AI and what are their experience while using AI. So under I'm just kind of going through some of the our initiative under future of society. So this year in February, CPRG was the only non-governmental organization which was invited for in the AI. So at the end of May, we have organized this event, and the idea behind of this event to understand the impact of AI on the education system. And when we are talking about the education system, the aim of this conclave to discuss education in holistic manner. What we usually do, we usually just trying to, we are doing lot of things in the field of AI, but we are not able to see the change in every sphere of the education system. Sometimes we bring some kind of tools, how these tools can be helpful in the education system, maybe some kind of a smart class, some kind of a chatbot, how those things can be used in the our education setup. But what we usually don't do, and we should do that thing, and that aspect we have discussed in this conclave, how our teachers, students, and stakeholders, other stakeholders like parents and community, also changing in the age of AI. So if we are introducing new tool, we should also understand before using those tools, those tools are also used by teachers, students, and parents. So we should develop any, if we want to develop tools, we should keep in mind the present kind of a requirement of the stakeholders. So in this conclave, we have discussed two or three key points. The first point was how our classroom will change in the time of AI. So when we are talking about classroom, it means it could be a digital classroom, it could be kind of a virtual classroom, kind of and there will be some teachers, but the role of teacher can be changed. The real of teacher will be more kind of a facilitator, not a very active. While what we have seen in many aspects, a lot of schools are using tools and they don't consider the teacher, you know, students are also using those tools. So that was the one of the aspects. Then we have also invited a lot of regulatory bodies head of the regulatory bodies, and the idea behind it, if school are using those tools, if a school are going to restructure in the in the age of AI, why should not regulatory bodies, and I'm talking taking name school, it was not about only school, it was about the higher education institution also, because we have also invited the head of AICT and other bodies. So idea behind it, if you know teachers are changing, if students are changing, if tools and pedagogy are changing, regulatory bodies should also change their attitude. They should make regulatory regulation more flexible. So there should be some scope to kind of navigate, and there should be some scope to experiment new things. So that was the basic idea behind this conclave. And we have also discussed in the age of AI, why should not be why should not be follow a flexible curriculum, because very rigid structured curriculum can be can create some kind of hindrance in the upcoming age, because what we are following these days, we are first we make curriculum, then we implement those curriculum, and it took a lot of time. Sometimes it took 5 to 10 years. In NCRT, curriculum is still kind of making process. So maybe next it will take one more year to implement our NCRT curriculum. So in the age of AI, we need to ensure there should be some kind of a space where where teacher and kind of I will say educationalists should have that kind of scope. They can make some kind of change, because what is the relevance today, maybe it is not relevant after 1 month. In the age of AI, we are seeing lot of development in the field of AI, and the same kind of development we are also seeing the our education system. So I'm making it very simple, I'm just giving one example. If you are uh, if you are running an institution, either engineering college or any any other college, and you are offering certain curriculum in course of computer science, and that curriculum is can be can give employment to the students right now, but after 2 or 3 months, or I will say after 1 year, when your student will come out by, by completing that course, maybe that skill is not required at all, because the ये जो थिंग है, मतलब ये जो ये क्या कहते हैं साइकिल है, बहुत तेजी से चेंज हो रही है. सो दैट वाज द माय बेसिक सबमिशन. सो कीप इन these are the kind of the work what we have done, and I will discuss more about the AI adoption in the education system. In NEP 2020, there was there is some kind of space, because NEP 2020 is a basic broader guideline, and it give you space to implement new things. So there was some discussion. The aim of NEP should be to kind of to ready student for the future generation, for the future, you know, to make them future ready. So in that aspects, CBSE has introduced AI curriculum. Some AI, IT courses are also doing a lot of things, and they are also changing their kind of their pedagogy. And while I'm saying the pedagogy, it's not about a kind of only rote based and understanding based. Now, a lot of teachers, what are they are doing? They are giving students lot of educational materials, and they are saying you should ask, you should pose question, and you should create your own kind of a uh, अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग से you should make something like that. So that is the thing जो एक लेवल पे हो रही है. But इसको जो ये जो the kind of thing which is happening at certain level, we should make it at larger level. इसको स्केल करना होगा, and we need to kind of इसको हमें बिल्कुल बेसिक यूनिट तक लेकर जाना होगा. वी हैव टू रीच एट बेसिक यूनिट ऑफ द स्कूल, बेसिक यूनिट ऑफ द कॉलेज. So what we to understand the use of AI and other thing, we have conducted one survey, and the survey was conducted from December 2024 to January 2025. Uh, the basic sample size was the 600 plus college students from various higher education institutions, and the main objective to to understand what students and academicians are thinking about the AI, whether they are using AI or not, if they are using AI, at what extent they are using AI. And and the the basic objective was also very simple, because there was a lot of buzz regarding AI, people are using AI, but we just want to hear from the horse's mouth how much they are using AI. So this was the findings, kind of a major findings which we have found in our survey. Uh, there was only 1% students who told us that they are not using AI. 11% people told us they are using AI, but rarely. There are 21% people who told us they are using AI few times in a month. There, it was 43% people who told us they are using few times a week, and 23% students who told us they are using AI daily. And before reaching at any conclusion, I just want to told you. So I have told you earlier also. This survey has conducted from December 2024 to January 2025, and this is very significant thing. AI में जो टेक्नोलॉजी की फील्ड में आज जो हो रहा है, जो कल हो रहा है, इसमें काफी गैप होता है. एंड इस सर्वे को हुए हुए ऑलमोस्ट 8 से 10 महीने हो चुके हैं. सो द प्रेजेंट scale and present situation will be totally changed what we have captured 8 to 10 months before. This is totally different picture अगर हम अभी करेंगे. Now we have also started another survey in school education. We maybe come out our findings after 1 or 2 months, and I will share again those findings. So these are the, some kind of key observation. Usage of AI for various purposes. For grammar correction and editing, 15% never use, and 23% rarely use, sometime 34%, very often 29%. And if you see, do two things, and grammar correction and editing, and research and information gathering. do I will say कि इन दोनों को आप देखिए आराम से. For research and information gathering, students are using 48%. 48% very often. For the grammar correction and editing, they are using 29% very often. And अगर आप इसको देखेंगे तो you will also get to know कि how it is going to impact our job scenario. If students are using grammar correction and editing, AI for grammar correction and editing, already we are witnessing lot of jobs from the publication industry, from the media industry. The people who are, earlier worked as a editor, sub editor, now their job is nowhere. उनकी job, कुछ ना कुछ परेशानी आ रही है. At the same time, in research and information gathering, what we are witnessing, lot of people who, engage people in research sector for some primary research, उनके यहाँ भी job का एक issue आ रहा है. So these things also showing, giving us one idea कि जो job का scenario है, जिसको we usually call it soft skills, वो कैसे impact होने वाली हैं. एक साल पहले से इसका impact आने वाला था. Now it is going to, इसका impact what we are going to see, उसका double, triple and maybe 5x होगा. So we need to understand while we are using AI, we are using all kind of tools. It is also affecting our society, our employment system, and other aspects also. And it is very interesting. If somebody is, getting out of our informal economic system, he will be the part of the unemployment force, or he will join kind of some non-skilled work. If a skilled worker will not able to sustain his employment, he will be come out from the skill sector and he will join either semi-skill sector or non-skill sector. It will also put extra pressure on those sectors as well. So the situation is not very simple. It's a complex. I'm not saying it's a we need to kind of इससे कोई डरने की जरूरत है, but we need to be careful on that part also. I think we have missed something. So so these are the media coverage what we have of our survey. So where we can do something like that. So these are the things where people, our education system is going to employ AI as a tool in curriculum planning, some content delivery, student support, assessment and feedback, administration and management, lifelong learning and skills training. So these are the areas where AI is going to impact our education system. In curriculum planning, we just don't need to do a lot of things. We just need to give the prompt कि किस एज ग्रुप के लिए हम बना रहे हैं, उस एज ग्रुप का क्या requirement hai, what kind of skills we want, and it will create some kind of a curriculum. Then content delivery. The role of teacher now will be not like a content deliverer. Pehle, either it was university or kind of school, the primary of role of teachers usually considered as a kind of content deliverer. But with the AI, it will be a more kind of as a facilitator. We need to engage students. We need to get involved in surrounding of the students, because they are is also getting information content from the AI. So whatever kind of tool we are using, they are also using. So we should, rethink about our role, our responsibility. In student support, in some aspects can be addressed by the AI, but some aspects is we will still need, kind of a human capital. The same way assessment and feedback can be addressed by AI. Lot of administrative and management tasks will take shape through automation and AI. As a CPRG, we are also working on some aspects. We are, I will tell you, we are trying to make us one kind of, I will say, tool which can ensure the safety of the students, but can also dictate or give some kind of instruction to student and teacher about their daily daily routine or daily task, and the same task can also monitor those things. So it's a kind of work in progress thing, but we are in at advanced stage. So आज एक न्यूज़पेपर में एक इंटरेस्टिंग आया है. There are a lot of AI based tools in even legal field also. So a person has filed one litigation by using chat GPT, and it has found that whatever kind of a citing case citation he has mentioned, that was false. It was, it was look like true or kind of a factual, but it was not a factual. So his petition got dismissed in a court. So there is just some risk of also, if you are not using AI carefully, there are certain risks, because AI will give you feeling it is accurate, but it is possible कि वो accurate जैसा लग रहा होगा, it seems accurate, but वो accurate नहीं हो रहा होगा, because it works in a very design format. So design और structure को देख करके you can be confused at any point of time. So you have to be very careful while using AI. Then, then there are also some concern like ethical concern, not about the plagiarism only, but about the privacy also, about the kind of, I will say, homogeneity also. So there are issue which a lot of people are raising, and as a CPR and as an organization, we are also raising this issue again and again. Okay, there is a chance to make people, homogeneous. So if I will say, if we are a group of 50 people and we are collecting data, we are collecting using a same tool, collecting same kind of data from the same place, there is chance कि हमारा जो structural thinking होगी, that will be in the same manner if we will not use it, very careful manner. And if we will use those same tool again and again, there is a chance it can, जो एक डाइवर्सिटी होती है वो खत्म हो सकती है. We will think like, in a same manner, and there is a chance to manipulate, society. There is a chance to manipulate our one system. So means if अगर एक एजुकेशन सिस्टम के लोग लगातार एक ही जैसा यूज करेंगे इन द सेम मैनर, तो देयर इज अ चांस कि जो क्रिएटिविटी है, जो इनोवेशन है, दैट कैन बी किल्ड अगर उसको बहुत पर्पसफुली और स्मार्टली यूज नहीं किया जाएगा. सो देयर इज दीज आर द रिस्क which I just want to highlight. So there are some key questions for the educators and for educational fraternity. How do we safeguard academic integrity in age of AI? And that is the very critical question which we need to address as educators. How can educators integrate AI to improve learning without weakening equity and creativity? And that is, equally important question, because AI, there is just some kind of a fear AI can, kill creativity, because if we will become so dependent on the AI, our, how we work. We are, kind of naturally some very lazy people. We usually act in a, crisis manner, or when we will push at certain level. If AI will, kind of make available all kind of data, all kind of information, all kind of knowledge in very, very easily, there is a chance कि जो हमारा इन्वेस्टमेंट है क्रिएटिविटी को लेकर के, जो हमारा इन्वेस्टमेंट है टाइम और एफर्ट का इन्वेस्टमेंट है, वो क्रिएटिविटी में कम होने लगेगा. एंड अगर वो क्रिएटिव नहीं होगा तो देयर इज ए चांस कि हम डाइवर्सिटी की रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करेंगे, हम होमोजेनिटी की तरफ मूव होने लगेंगे. देन देयर इज ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ अ कंसर्न, how should educators take on in guiding AI use in classroom? That is a very important question. And in our research also, what we have found, our nearly 46% still find traditional teaching more engaging, indicating the importance of keeping human-led learning at the core. So what we need to kind of very careful, कि there is a buzz, there is a momentum of AI, और लोग कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि AI के यूज करने में टीचर्स और एजुकेटर्स को रिप्लेस करना स्टार्ट कर दें. And that will be very dangerous, because students are all still facing, मतलब still kind of feeling they should be taught by traditional method, traditional teachers. And हमें ये दोनों को बैलेंस बना के रखना होगा. अदरवाइज जो बहुत सारे इनोवेशन एट ह्यूमन लेवल पे जो भी होने हैं in field of pedagogy, in field of in the classroom teaching, that can be वो चीज कर दिए जाएंगे. So we should very careful और mindful होना चाहिए कि हम कैसे इस बैलेंस को मेंटेन करके रखेंगे. There should be some course and there should be some kind of a training program to even train students and teachers in responsible AI use. And it should be start in very beginning, because when students are using AI, there is no limit. So they should understand how much AI they can use in the classroom and what extent they should use. We need to give that kind of lesson to our students as well. Not at this time, but this issue and equity and inclusivity, we are seeing this question from the COVID-19 onwards, and what we are witnessing, there are some digital divide of access to device and access to internet connectivity, and we need to ensure, or we need to create more digital space for the people who are at margin. We need to ensure their access to the digital things. So I think we have covered this. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah. So these are some kind of things which we need to ensure, not for only Indian educators, but for also educators across the world, how they can kind of outsmart AI, and how they should outsmart AI, shifting emphasis from the final answer to reasoning, make the process more complicated and make the process more interesting. And this could be the one of the philosophy to answer the the AI, because AI is basically outcome oriented tool. So if you want to defeat, or if you want to outsmart AI, you should have that kind of authority on the process. आपको प्रोसेस के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज AI often, or I will say not often, it usually kind of ignore the process. It only concentrate on the outcome of the things. Then we should also focus more on the making task too contextual, and that can be very kind of useful for the students who wants some kind of experience, who wants some kind of you know have that kind of feeling कि how it has been done. So अगर हमने उनको कोई टास्क इतना contextualize कर दिया, वो उनका experience उनके लिए important होगा in compare to the kind of the to getting the job done. Then we can also create some kind of imaginary dialogue, imaginary situation where a student or teacher has to kind of act in a certain phase in certain manner. And then my final argument, we need to understand how we should use AI instead of how AI will use us. And we need to avoid by used by AI. And to ensure that, we need to enhance our skill, to enhance our kind of critical thinking. By doing that only, we can avoid to be replaced by not only AI but other emerging technologies. So we need to be very careful about our role.
Sir, in a survey, we saw that students mostly used AI for research and writing, but less for practice-based learning. So how do you think we can encourage its use in more hands-on areas?
So, ma'am, what I have mentioned in my presentation earlier, there should be some kind of training of teachers and students both. Students, while they are uh, 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 while students are joining the classroom, there should be some kind of a basic guidelines how they should use AI and what extent they should use AI. In the same manner, teachers should also kind of develop some kind of a, I will say, worksheet or some kind of in the same manner, can be also encouraged to to kind of develop some kind of a protocol, what kind of task they should provide to the students. And while providing those tasks, they should ensure the maximum involvement of the students. That should not be kind of a task that those are kind of outcome oriented. There should be a task where they can ensure the maximum involvement of the students, and the same time it could be also kind of some group activity where they have to kind of involve other students, and by involving other students they can also ensure some kind of interaction, some kind of a conversation, and it will also develop a lot of communication skill as well.
With AI becoming part of curricula through CBSE and IITs, what safeguards should policymakers introduce to prevent widening gaps between the elite and rural institutions?
I think that is a difficult task for the policy makers also. How they will ensure the kind of the access of uh, digital devices and other thing to the rural students and kind of the students who are at margin. And I think this is the also job of not only one set of institutions. It is also job the central institution as well as state institution, as well as the kind of, I will say, uh, local bodies also. Ki whether they have, I think they should kind of create some, I will say, community institution where students who are at margin, they can come and then can use those facilities. Without ensuring those facilities to the kind of rural youth and rural students, we cannot create a healthy society, and we cannot use the maximum, I will say, maximum capacity of the our society, and we should ensure that part.
Okay, sir, many of us, like many of our teachers, are worried about plagiarism and over dependence on AI. So, what is one way educators can redesign assignments so students still think critically and creatively, but it doesn't become a waste of copying and writing down something. And
more and more kind of a experience based thing, where they have to kind of and more kind of some kind of a contextual setting which you need to create. And as I also told it, well, I also mentioned in last question, if the kind of task will be a kind of I will say a group task होगा, then you can also verify, you can also kind of check कि उन्होंने उसको कैसे यूज किया है. सो इस टाइप के टास्क अगर आप देंगे, अगर एक तो पहली बात बहुत ही कॉन्टेक्चुअल टास्क रहेगा जिसमें बहुत ही ज्यादा प्रोसेस इन्वॉल्व होगा है, those tasks can be given, and at the same time some kind of a group activity जिसमें सबको अलग अलग पार्ट करना होगा एंड उनके पार्ट बहुत ही स्पेसिफिक हो. सो अगर मान लिया अगर सोशल साइंस में ही कुछ आपने प्रोजेक्ट दिया है, एंड सो यू कैन काइंड ऑफ एंश्योर कि एक सर्टेन पीरियड पे सर्टेन इवेंट हुआ है, उस इवेंट में 4 लोगों के अलग अलग व्यू कैसे हो सकते हैं. सो मे बी यू कैन जस्ट मेंशन कि कोई वार हुआ है तो उस वार को 4 लोग अलग अलग एंगल से देख रहे हैं और आपस में कन्वर्सेशन कर रहे हैं. देन द रोल ऑफ मतलब एआई का रोल बहुत ही मिनिमम हो जाएगा. एंड बिकॉज द 4 पर्सन आर इन्वॉल्व, सो दे कैन वन कैन नॉट मैनिपुलेट अपने रोल को लेकर के, तो एक अकाउंटेबिलिटी भी होगी. सो वी नीड टू एंश्योर, आई थिंक द जॉब ऑफ टीचर हैज बिकम वेरी डिफिकल्ट नाउ. First, not because of only this technology, but because of the all kind of change which we are seeing. Uh, there are people who think teachers should be kind of the kind of just shortage of teacher should be kind of filled with the use of technology. But teachers को अपने skills को ऐसे ही और enhance करना पड़ेगा, because there is a lot. मुझे लगता है कि human interaction की जरूरत है, but टीचर्स को उस चीज को जस्टिफाई भी करना होगा विद लॉट ऑफ इमेजिनेशन. द रोल ऑफ इमेजिनेशन एंड क्रिएटिविटी ऑफ टीचर्स नाउ वेरी एसेंशियल टू हैंडल दिस इशू.
And sir, like what role do parents play in helping students use AI responsibly at home?
हाँ मैम, आई थिंक दैट इज अ टफ क्वेश्चन. At least at certain level, I think we need to avoid some of the tools, and after certain level we can give certain briefing or certain kind of we can ensure certain protocol how to ensure the use of technology kind of these devices by the students. Especially I think other part of the world, even Europe, now they are bringing some kind of strict guidelines for the children कि उनको कितना यूज करना है, कितना यूज नहीं करना है. And we need to be work on that part also, because in India the use of devices has become very kind of, I will say, it has become like a viral thing. बहुत सारे लोग इसको एज ए बीमारी के रूप में यूज करने लगे हैं. एंड वी नीड टू, मुझे लगता है कि बिफोर द ब्रिंगिंग द स्टूडेंट्स, इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट to use to ensure use of digital devices by the children, because through digital devices children have also access of the AI. So we need to bring certain protocol at our home, at what level we can introduce digital device to our children. I think at certain level we should avoid the use of device, or to kind of to give access of device to our children. After certain level we can introduce digital device, but with a certain protocol. In Europe they are also now they have started working on it, and in India we should also work on it. But before kind of I think going to children, we should also ensure the how adults should use digital device, because it is also like I will say it's like a pandemic in our society also. Adults also using in frantically in very fanatic manner, uh, and they are reacting when you ask them to stop it. So we should मुझे लगता है educational institutions should ensure and should also conduct some of the workshop for the parents also to sensitize them कि कब करना है कब कहाँ नहीं करना है, because either we are teacher or normal parents or kind of other stakeholder, we are also using digital device at maximum level, and we should ensure कि ये हमारे काम करने के ढंग को कैसे प्रभावित कर रहा है. And while we use digital device, it's not only use, sometimes it's also extract a lot of information from our life, from our personal life, from our professional lives, and it make us addictive. It make us kind of think. We usually think in very unidirectional mode. What kind of information or knowledge we are getting from our digital device, वो वैसी ही चीजों को लगातार एआई के थ्रू रिपीट कर रहा है. सो इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर द चिल्ड्रन कि उनको कैसे रिस्पॉन्सिबल वे में यूज करें, बट एट द सेम टाइम इट्स ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट हाउ एडल्ट शुड यूज इट, एंड बोथ आर इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट.
And so when you said about how adults should use it, like how do you see AI impacting teacher training programs in the next 5 years? Or
Ma'am, it is going to impact in very big way. I will say कि uh, for the uh, for the bodies, it is also cost cutting thing. So now they will they will ensure one tool can train 100 teachers without spending a lot of money on it. So what they need to do, they will ask teachers to kind of install one tool and it will guide them. So it is going to impact in lot of manner, in positive manner, in kind of negative manner, because they will have the access of that app. So they can, teacher can take lot of instruction, a teacher can ask a lot of questions. So it's kind of very hand on use, but at the same time it will also create a lot of distraction also, because teacher training is always kind of a teacher training program is a kind of I will say it's an expensive program, and now government will not invite a lot of teachers. They will ask where, wherever you are, you can kind of have the access of certain module, and you should use those module at your home. So it will affect our day-to-day life in very big way. I can only say.
okay, so we have another question from Mohammed Taslim. How can teachers practically integrate AI tools in classrooms without making students over dependent on them?
I think we all need to kind of face this question and work on it. I will say कि I don't have ready-made answer for this, but I think able teacher like him and other will find some way. Otherwise, AI will replace us. So we need to find that question we need to answer, and we need to answer it at kind of a as a community, as a teaching community. It is not an individual query. I will say it is a kind of a collective thing जिसको हम सबको आंसर करना है.
Okay, sir. And Saroja has also asked a question. How can I, as a teacher, integrate AI in my classroom to improve learning while safeguarding creativity, equity, and academic integrity?
So I think it's a difficult question that cannot be answered in a instantly, but I will say something because I am working on that part. So what you can do, just like you can, for that you can collect all the you can give one question to every students. मतलब एक कोई आपने question पूछा सभी students को दे दिया, and you can also ask the same manner कि you should they can use AI from their device. उसका जो आंसर आता है एंड देन आप उनको वापस वही आंसर पढ़ सकती हो कि ये सारे आंसर सबके एक जैसे हैं. And if you want to make it different, if you want to make it answer in another way, how will you answer it? At the same time, आप वो क्वेश्चन उनको विदाउट एआई के दो और वो जो सारे क्वेश्चन है उसको एआई को दो कि इसको कैसे लिखा जा सकता है. Then मतलब you need to engage them. You need to give. It's the kind of I will not say कि ये एक बार मैं कुछ आंसर कर दूंगा. I will answer और इसका कुछ रेडीमेड नहीं होगा. ये रोज का चैलेंज है मैम. I will say कि आप आज करके जाओगे तो कल कुछ और चैलेंज आपको पोज करना पड़ेगा. And it is going to make a teacher's job really difficult. कि आप जो सोच कर आओगे कल स्टूडेंट्स बिकॉज दे हैव एक्सेस दोज टूल्स दे विल क्रिएट काइंड ऑफ अनदर चैलेंज फॉर यू. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स. देन आप ये भी बोल सकते हो कि आपने कुछ आर्ट चार्ट बना उनको लिए आर्ट बनाने के लिए बोला विद द यूज ऑफ एआई एंड देन यू कैन से कि अगर इसको ऐसे नहीं बनाएंगे ऐसे बनाएंगे दोनों को मिला के बनाएंगे तो कैसा होगा, क्या हो सकता है. देन हो सकता है कि वो नेक्स्ट टाइम कुछ और ऐसा करके आ जाए. But I will say I can only suggest one activity for one classroom. You have to, take at least 100 plus classes every year. So आपके लिए हर क्लास के लिए अलग अलग चैलेंज होगा और वो जो चैलेंज होगा आज का चैलेंज जो कल आज के चैलेंज से कल का चैलेंज बिल्कुल अलग होगा. So it is going to make our life difficult.
And Sir Saloni Chauhan has also asked a question here. How can AI be used in classroom to students to develop their IQ skill?
To develop their IQ is मुझे लगता है कि ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर मैं नहीं दे पा रहा हूँ. मुझे अभी ये जो आईक्यू वाला जो पार्ट है वो साइकोलॉजिकल जो टीचर्स होते हैं जो जो उस टाइप के टूल्स को यूज करते हैं वो कर सकते हैं. दे कैन मे बी सम काइंड ऑफ दे कैन सजेस्ट समथिंग लाइक दैट. बट एज एजुकेटर्स मेरे पास कोई इसका इंस्टेंट आंसर नहीं है. आई विल से.
Okay, sir, our editor would like to ask you a question. Sir, Sri Kumar sir, can you please come up?
So you had done this survey with students. What additional insights did you get about their attitude or their perception of AI? Is it that they see it as a positive thing in their education, or do they have an idea of how they want to use this tool for their learning?
Yes, sir. They have a very positive picture for AI. They are using, they are seeing as a kind of assisting tool, which can be useful for their education and their kind of daily activities. So they have very positive picture. That's why even what I am saying, the use of AI is getting increased day by day. And undoubtedly, there is also case of digital divide. But I will say there are access of mobile phone and all kind of AI tools are can be accessed through mobile phone. So in upcoming days, there are more people and there are more kind of rural youth will use AI for various purpose, not for only education but other purpose also.
Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, what would be one last message you could give to all our teachers?
I will say, AI is not only creating, challenge for the teachers. It is also creating, challenge for the editors. It is also creating challenge for the researcher. It is also creating challenge for the lot of people from the media industry as well. So it's a kind of a not a the issue of AI is not only limited to education sector, it is across the society. And if we want to respond and if we want to tackle it, we need to enhance our skills. We need to uh, imagine more humanistic manner. हमें और जब तक हम जितना हम ज़्यादा ह्यूमन बनेंगे, it will be more easier for us to handle this challenge, to to respond this challenge. We cannot respond this challenge by using more I will say digital device, but इसके अपोजिट हम और इमेजिन करके और क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग करके इसको हम एड्रेस कर सकते हैं. That is the only solution which we have right now. Thank you.
Sir, is it okay if we could take 2 or 3 more questions? I know we have short up time, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Sir, there's a question here in the chat box. Modern day AI tools have developed study mode or learning mode, helping students to engage in Socratic type dialogue with those tools rather than using them as answering machines. So, can you elaborate how this step could change the educational scenario?
It's a very interesting question. Maybe in future we can create that kind of tool, but right now we don't have that kind of Socratic, kind of dialogue tool, and it is good for our generation and for our teachers or our education community, because AI do not have that kind of mindset which can change its position while answering some of the questions. So this kind of dialogue method, whether it's a Socratic method or kind of I will say Upanishad method, they don't the technology do not have that kind of structure. और मुझे लगता है for the learning thing, they don't have that kind of abilities, and as a human we do have that kind of abilities. While I am answering you, I am also reading your questions, and I am also trying to understand what could be the possible question you can ask. So that is the kind of imagination of as a human being which we all have. So वो हमें और बढ़ाना होगा कि जब, और वो सॉक्रेटिक टाइप में या क्या कहते हैं उपनिषद सिस्टम के थ्रू ही पॉसिबल हो सकता है कि जब हम बहुत ही क्रिटिकल और इमेजिनेटिव हों. और अगर ऐसा हो गया, आप जो बोल रहे हैं कि कैन यू एलिबरेट हाउ दिस स्टेप could change the educational scenario. Yeah, if it will happen, it will change all everything. But अभी जब तक नहीं आ गया है into that scenario, because उस टाइम पे काफी चीजें चेंज हो जाएंगी. But it's a good question, and the Socratic method could be one of the response to the current challenges which posed by AI.
Sir Kumar has asked, will the digital divide in AI access affect students' future career opportunities compared to those who have better resources?
Yes, it will. It will have definitely. It will have kind of a lot of impact. People who have that kind of that have better access, and people who do not have better access. It will create a lot of challenges for the people who do not have access. But I am hopeful. The government or other institution will create, some facilities for the students who are at margin.
And Sir, Vinita has asked, what should be the ethical considerations when using AI in teaching?
So ethical question could be about anything. So ethical consideration could be just like a simple thing. We should understand that kind of our diversity thing. The same time, we should also avoid putting personal information about the students, about your colleagues, and about your kind of you know about your peer group. These are the basic things which we can avoid while working on in professional setup. At the same time, while giving some prompts, it should be also sensitive with the geographical setting, class, about the social diversity, because it is not AI जो आपको इस टाइप के बायस आंसर देता है. If you will ask biased question, it will behave in biased manner also. So it is not only AI. जो भी आप इंफॉर्मेशन देते हो, AI के जो टूल्स हैं वैसे ही बिहेव करते हैं. So while asking information, we should also be very careful. It is not like that कि आप कुछ शेयर करोगे तो ही यूज करेगा. आप जैसा क्वेश्चन पूछोगे वो उस मैनर में आंसर करेगा. So we need to be careful while interacting with these tools.
And sir, Ranjit Kumar has asked, how will AI be incorporated into classroom in a way that promote critical thinking?
उसके वो ये वाला आंसर कई बार हो चुका है. Even Socratic wala answer was on same manner.
And there's one last question from Anita Sharma. How can AI help in making students attentive in class?
It can make. It depends how you are using it. That is the imagination of the individual who is using those tools.